Today we're going to talk about if you are ready to start investing. I get this question all the time. When is the right time to start investing? Do I have to worry about the market when I start investing? It's really complicated. I don't know anything about the market. I need to put in a lot of money to see the returns. Isn't that right? No, that is not the case at all. I'm going to break it all down for you. So make sure you stay to the end. I'm going to get all of your questions answered and give you some practical steps that you can do to make sure that you're ready to start investing. Before we get started, I want to get the elephant out of the room. Goodbye, elephant. And that is that you need a lot of money to start investing. That is simply not the case. No, it's not. It is super doable for anybody. And I'm going to show you how you can do it. I'm going to buy a stock live for you guys. It's only like $33, super affordable, and also show you some different options that you can have as well. And this video is actually sponsored by Robinhood. Robinhood is an amazing app that was honestly the first app that I downloaded when I started investing. It is so user-friendly and a great interface. It has so much information that you can do research in the app, and you don't need a ton of money to start investing. Robinhood is free, which is amazing. There's zero fees, no commission fees, and you can start investing with zero minimums right from your phone, which is so awesome. Thank you, Robinhood, for sponsoring this video. There'll be a link down below in the description box where you can download the app. So to show you how easy it is to use Robinhood, we're going to buy a couple different stocks and ETFs right here on my phone so that you can see how easy it is. So the first one that we're going to buy is Uber. And Uber is a great stock that I'm going to be buying today. So just to give you a quick breakdown of how this works is you can see the stocks, what's going on today, the week, the month, the 3-month, the year, the 5-year, what's going on long term. You can see some of the stats here. So you can see what it costs, the volume, the high, the low, if it has a dividend yield. Uber does not have a dividend, so you can see that it's zero. Then you can see what's in the news. What's going on with this company in the news? Is there things that I need to watch out for? You can see ratings, research, earnings. There's so much history about Uber. You can see so much information about the company, who the CEO is, where the headquarters are, when it was founded, how many employees they have. There's so much information right here in the Robinhood app. They do all the research for you, so that you just have to go in and learn and see if this is a company that you want to buy into and if it's going to be a right price for you. So let's buy a stock, and I'm going to show you how easy it is. So we're going to hit buy one share, 33.76, review, swipe up to submit, order received, and there you go. We got a share of Uber right there. So easy, as you can see right here in the app. It is awesome. Robinhood is so simple to use. It's great for beginners. It's great for advanced. You can buy stocks in here. You can do ETFs. You can do options. There's so many different things that you can do right here in the Robinhood app. So check out the description box below. Join the millions of people that have Robinhood and are loving Robinhood, and download the app. The first question that I get is, should you pay off debt or should you invest? Which one comes first? And honestly, it's different for everyone. I personally think that you should look at the types of debt that you have. Is it high interest debt? Is it low interest debt? If you are having high interest debt, I honestly think that it's going to be better to pay that off than throwing all of your money into the stock market, because on average, the stock market over time is going to have about 7 to 9% yields over a long-term time. If you have credit cards that are 20% interest, it's going to be financially smart to pay off that high interest debt before you start investing, because you don't want to have a 7% return over time when you have 20% that you're paying on interest in credit cards. So look at the types of debt you have. My rule of thumb is if it's over 7%, pay that off first. If it's under 7%, then you can start investing. Then you can figure out a game plan that works best for you. It's an individual plan. Now, if you feel more comfortable paying off your debt first, then that's totally fine. If you are feeling more comfortable without that weight on your shoulder, that's totally fine. It's a personal decision for everyone. So find out what debt you have, the interest in your debt. Do you have credit cards? Do you have student loans? Do you have a car loan? Do you have a personal loan? What type of debt do you have? And then make that decision for you. And as always, we can't guarantee that the stock market will be 7% return, But that is my personally rule of thumb of long-term gains over the long term of your investments. I'm talking like over 20, 30 years of returns. Number 2 is to create a budget. It's so important to know how much money you can put towards investments. I remember when I first started investing, I got so excited. I was starting to see some returns and starting to see some growth and looking at my portfolio and be like, holy cow, I want to buy this stock and I want to buy this stock and I want to grow my portfolio and buy this ETF. And I was just so excited. And honestly, I didn't think that you could impulse spend on stocks, but you can. Most people think that impulse shopping is online or in stores. No, I wanted to impulse shop in the market. So I had to take a step back, take a deep breath and be like, okay, how much money can we put towards our investments? How much money? So create a budget. I have budget templates down below in the description box. I go through my personal budget on my Patreon where I go through line by line of showing you guys how to do it. And if you're super new to budgeting, also recommend doing a spending analysis. So what that is it breaks down how much money you're spending on groceries, how much money you're spending on eating out, how much money you're spending on whatever it may be, and then you can figure out how much to put for each category when you create your budget. But having a budget is super important so that you can be in control of your money, so that you know how much money you can afford to put towards your investments, if you're still paying off debt, how much to put towards your debt, how much to put towards your mortgage, all of that, so that you're making wise decisions financially. You don't want to just go hog wild and put all this money in the market and not make responsible, smart decisions. I also want to talk about savings. You need to be saving money as well. So take a step back, create a budget. Writing down your bills is not a budget. So many people think that just writing down your bills is all you need to do. No, having all of your expenses, every single penny that you're spending, everything that you're bringing in, so your income minus your expenses, and that's what you're going to be doing. And then at the end of the month, finalizing your budget. That is so important, and that is the most common step that people skip, is finalizing the budget. And what's awesome about that is you may have an extra $300 a month or $500 a month. What are you going to do with that $500 a month? Do you just want it to sit in your checking account? No. Put it towards something. Put it towards debt. Put it towards savings, or put it towards investing, and then you can buy your ETFs or your stocks, whatever it may be, after you finalize your budget and know how much extra you have at the end of the month. So I'll have all the links down below in the description box for you for the budget, for the spending analysis, and my personal budget report card videos. Number 3 is to build an emergency fund. I recommend having at least 1 month's worth of expenses as an emergency fund. A lot of people recommend $1,000. If you haven't seen my video on why I don't recommend $1,000, you need at least 1 month's worth of expenses. I'll have that link down below for you guys in the description box. But having an emergency is so important. You want to be prepared in case something happens, because let's be honest, something's going to happen. Something is going to break. Something's going to go wrong. And you need to have that money in your emergency fund, in your savings account, in case something happens. You don't want to have to go back into debt. You don't want to have to put it on credit cards and paying 20% interest like we talked about. No, have the money in the savings account. I know that it's hard. I know that it's hard to see that money and you want to put it into the market. You want to be able to get those big gains, that big growth. But it's important to still have that emergency fund, because, all right, let's look at it. Let's say we have a $2,000 expense. You could put that money into the market, but then say something happened and that's all you have. You don't have an emergency fund. You don't have savings. Then you're going to have to put that on a credit card, and then it's going to cost you 22% interest on your credit card. So see, yes, you may be in the long run be able to make 7%, but that's going to cost you 20%. So honestly, me personally, I'm more of a risk aversion type of person. I'd rather have that cash on hand, and I just keep it in a high yield savings account. I recommend CIT Bank. They're amazing, and they're a great online savings account that is secure, FDIC insured, and they have really high interest rates. They're one of the top interest rates on the market, and then you're making money on your money. So you're earning interest on your savings account, which is awesome. So I'll have that link down below for you guys. But CIT Bank is a really great trusted savings account so that you can have your emergency fund. So minimum of 1 month, and then I build it up to 6 months to a year full emergency fund, especially if you own a house, especially. And then above that, you can be investing. So when you're building up your emergency fund, maybe put half of it towards investments, half of it towards your savings to build that fund up. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. You can have some going to investments and some going to savings and some going to debt. You can do multiple things as long as you have that game plan and it's all written out in your budget. The budget's going to help keep you accountable. It's going to help keep you on track so that you hit your goals every single month and that you're staying on target. Number 4 is, are you educated? And education is so important in investing. I know that when I was paying off debt, it was cut and dry. It was simple. All you had to do was put money towards your student loans or put money towards your car loan or your credit cards, whatever it is. There wasn't much education to it. It was just paying down the debt and paying down those principles. So with investing, it's totally different. I remember when I was starting to dabble in investing, I had friends that were way far advanced in investing, and they were talking about dividends and options and stocks and ETFs and index funds and all this stuff. And I'm like, y'all, I have no clue what you're talking about, but I'm going to smile and nod and pretend like I know what you're talking about so I don't look like an idiot. But deep down inside, I had no clue. I had no clue what was going on. It was so otherworld to me. But I learned. I started learning. I started watching videos. I started reading books and podcasts and watching other videos. And honestly, I started playing around in Robinhood. I started playing around in the app and doing research. I would look up companies in the app. Like I said earlier, there's so much information right there that you can look into the company. You can look into the stats. You can look into all that information and be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Or, oh, that's what that means. And that's what a dividend yield is. That is what a PE ratio is, and start learning those terms and start really digging in. Robinhood is a very intuitive app. It's very cut and dry. You want to buy, you want to buy. You want to sell, you can sell. It's so easy and simple to understand and just understand the graphs and everything. And also along that, with that, if you are still paying off debt, if you are still not quite there yet with investing, but you hope to be soon, start learning about investing now. I made this mistake. I didn't start learning about investing until I was ready to start investing. Then I was intimidated. Then I was like, I need to learn about it now. I need to do some research. Whereas if I was learning all along while I was paying off my debt, while I was saving, then I would have been a lot more educated when I was finally ready to start investing. So if you're on the fence, and if you still want to pay off some debt first or whatever it may be, start learning now. I have tons of resources on my channel. I have a dividend beginner's guide to investing. I have videos on how to overcome the fear of investing. I have my portfolio updates. I have tons of videos on investing to help you get educated. I break investing down in a very simple, easy to understand way. If I can understand it, I can explain it, then I can help you to understand it as well. I don't use big terminology, as you can see in this video, where it's just all over your head. So start educating yourself. I'll have tons of resources down below in the description box for you, tons of videos to watch so that you can get started and you can get educated and start feeling confident in your investments. Thank you again, Robinhood, for sponsoring this video. There'll be a link down below in the description box to download the app and join the millions of people that are already investing with Robinhood. If you want to learn more about overcoming the fear of investing, check out this video here. And if you want to check out my complete dividend for beginners guide, check out this video here.